This is our 9-foot Palapa kit. You have the 6-inch post on our temporary base. Then you have 7 3-inch round rafters and 7 2-inch round rafter supports labeled 1 through 7, which coincide with the numbers on the 6-inch post. These 7 groups of 4 are the side rafter supports labeled A, B, C, D for each bundle, 1-2, 2-3, 3-4, etc. When first installing the rafters, align the white notches. Now I am installing the 7 main rafters with 4-inch lag screws, and I'm making sure not to tighten them down at this point. I am using 3.5-inch lag screws to secure the main rafter supports, once again making sure not to tighten them down fully at this point. Make sure the numbers on the wood are facing up and coincide with the numbers on the main post. I'm installing the 2-inch round side rafter supports with deck screws. You can secure these all the way, but do not over tighten and strip them out. This first row is row D. Now you can go back and tighten all of the rafter screws and rafter support screws, but do not over tighten and strip. I am installing rows A, B, and C. They're also labeled 1-2 because they're between rafters 1 and 2. The next row is A, B, C 2-3 between rafters 2 and 3. Repeat the same process for the next 5 sections. Always making sure that the numbers are facing up and using the pre-existing holes in the rafters. Every 7 and 9-foot Palapa kit is pre-assembled, labeled, then disassembled, and packaged for delivery or pickup. If you order a table, the supports will be pre-drilled, but the main post will not be, so that you can put the table at your desired height. You are ready to add the thatching at this point.
Hi, I'm Tommy from Ohana Palapas. Quick tutorial on the base. If you're going to use one of our palapas on concrete, you're going to need a base. Find the area you want to mount it. Try and get the concrete, grind it as level as possible. You're going to place the base down on the ground once the concrete is fairly level. Mark the 4 holes. You're going to drill, use 4 concrete anchors, mount the base. Once the base is mounted, you're going to want to make sure it's level. Once it's level, you're all set to go to place the main post in. Okay, now once you have the base set, what you want to do, if you order a table, you want to put the table first on the base. So you'll set the table on the base. You're going to take the main pole, you're going to put the main post through the table into the base. Then you want to make sure that the base is plumb. So you want to come up here and check if the base is plumb or not, or if the post is plumb. How you plumb the post is you want to use some shims. You put your shims in your desired location to adjust the post. You want to hammer them in this way. And check again. Now it's plumb. So once it's plumb, you can hammer these down a little bit further. Each section you can add as many as you want just to keep it secure. It will also come with 4 pre-drilled holes with screws. You're going to screw the screws in. It'll just extra support so it doesn't turn. So once all these are in, then you can pull these back and break them off at the base level. And then once you add the rope, it's going to cover all this. So once it's plumb, use the shims to get it plumb, break the shims off, and you're all set. What we also use the shims for is our table. You can put the table at any desired height while you're building the palapa. We use the shims just to hold the table up while we build the rest of the palapa. You can raise or lower it and just put the shims in it wherever you want at the table's desired height. Once you're done building the umbrella, what you can do is then now lower the table your desired height. Add the shims once again evenly around the post and the table so you maintain a even gap around the table. Then you'll use the included supports. We'll give you 4 supports, which will go from the main post to the table. 4 of them, 4 supports. Once the supports are in, you can pull the shims and it will maintain its position there. While you're mounting it though too, the shims come in handy to make sure that the table is level as you're getting ready to mount it. You can still have extra help and hold the table while you secure the 4 table braces. So once you have that done and the rest of the Palapa is done, then you add the rope to everything and you're all set. Alright, quick tutorial on the rope. This is one of our finished Palapas. I'll accept the top rope here, which we need to do. So the rope will be included and should be pre-cut and labeled for each area you're going to install it. This is just a quick example. What we do, we start at the top. We'll put this here in the gap. Then we use a staple gun and we're going to staple that there first. Once that's stapled, you just take the rope around here. Then you're going to want to add another staple, feed it around, staple, and then just feed the rope, keep it next to each other, and staple and continue around. And then the finished product will look like this. So on this, we started in the back, we came down around, and just each loop we added staples all the way to the top and then stapled it at the finishing spot right there. Okay, another quick tutorial here on the thatching. What you do once you have the umbrella made, it's 2 people. The thatching is going to come in a triangle shape, and it's going to be folded over twice. So what you're going to do is get 2 people, get up on ladders. You're going to take the thatching, you're going to set it up on top. Put the thatching up to the very top of the post. Once it's laid down, you're going to open one side of the thatching, open the second side of the thatching. Then you're going to want to move one person around, halfway around this side, another halfway around that side. Then it's going to be inside out at that point. So then you're going to want to flip open the thatching over that way, flip that side open, and then flip the middle back over that way. Then you're going to adjust it. There's a center point in the thatching, which is going to go over the center point on the main post. From there, you're going to staple down the rafters to secure the thatching up here. Staples down. Once you get the first layer on, it's the same procedure. Take the second layer, put it up on top, unfold it, flip it over, staple it, and adjust it. Make sure you're even. And if you get the center point on the thatching onto the center point of the pole, it usually is pretty even at that point.